You know, we often talk about democracy like it's a high tower, lofty, distant, full of promises, echoing from Abuja or state capitals. But the truth, democracy doesn't begin at the top. It begins at the very bottom, right there in your ward and in your local government area, with the people you pass every day, the roads you walk, the waste you dodge, and the schools your children attend. And yet, once again, during the just concluded Lagos State local government elections, the polls told a painful truth, not through the ballots cast, but in the eerie silence of polling units. Low voter turnout, allegations of irregularities, political party apathy, public disinterest. The list is endless. Even after the government declared vehicular and pedestrian restrictions to encourage participation, the people still didn't show up. You didn't show up. Why? Because for far too long, we have dismissed local government elections as unimportant. We see the role of a chairman of a local government or a councillor as symbolic at best, disposable at worst. But make no mistake, this is where the people's power begins. When your local health center has no drugs, or your street is swallowed by refuse, or your community school is missing teachers, or worse, there's strike there. It's not the president you call. That is the truth. It's not even the governor. It's your local government. But how can we demand performance when we ignore the process that produces the performers? So let's be honest here. Local government areas, local council development areas, and wards have been treated as political afterthoughts, ghost offices, extension arms of state governors, rubber stamps for vested interests. And because we've looked away, they have gotten away with doing absolutely nothing. No transparency, no accountability, no vision, just titles and tinted cars. But here's the truth. Councillors control your wards, chairmen oversee your communities, and they receive monthly allocations to serve you. In recent months, Oshodi Isolo local government area has been severely affected by blocked drainages and uncollected refuse, with This Day newspaper reporting heaps of waste littering in the streets, contributing to cholera concerns in areas like Mafoluku and Ogunu local wards. Meanwhile, in Alimosho local government area, authorities cleared illegal structures along the major Olakunle Ojo collector drain in Ajegunle as recently as March 2025 to tackle persistent flood risks during the rainy season. And just across to Agege local government area, a Tribune newspaper survey revealed that for over a decade, no new primary schools have been built, exacerbating overcrowding as the population swells and compounding educational inequality for a growing young generation. Have you looked at the numbers? We have more young people than old people. So imagine if we had leaders there who were actually elected by the people, not selected by power brokers, by the way. Just imagine if we installed men and women who grew up in our communities, know our struggles, and most importantly, are accountable to us, not their party godfathers. That's the power of the vote. Democracy is not about sitting back and watching the game. It's about getting in the ring. It's about choosing who fixes your inner streets, who maintains your local government or your local markets, who builds your primary healthcare centers, who sits in your ward meetings and listens when your youth cry out for jobs. We continue to stay away from these elections, and we have no right to complain about when local councils become cash cows instead of service hubs and they are going around with their tax collectors. We can't build a country from the top down. It's impossible. We build it from the ground up, word by word, local government area by local government area. So the next time there's a local government election, don't ask what's the point. Ask instead, what happens if I don't? Because if we don't show up for local government elections, we might as well be surrendering the most powerful part of democracy to silence. And to the few who never stop plotting in the shadows, let us all do better so we don't relinquish our powers to those who are consistently plotting in the dark. Let's demand for more, and most importantly, by God, let's show up. Ain't that right, Ms.
Absolutely correct. You are correct. And unfortunately, yesterday I had to be here at work. If I had known that this was going to happen some years ago, maybe I would have made sure my ward was here. So I'm hoping the people in Festac came out to vote for a good VC or chairman, because the roads in Amodofi, Festac to be precise, are non-existent. We have plenty of potholes with a little bit of road left. I'm not joking. Hey, it is the truth. It is the truth.
Look, I know. I'm blessed to know just the people in my life, and one of the young chap in my life happens to be a courier service driver, right? Okay. A delivery bike, and he tells me he cannot go to Ojo.
Nah.
He just can't do it. He's never going to plow those routes. Not because of the bad roads, because of the extortion.
Especially now when it rains, which is funny, my home is not too far from my daughter's school. 3 days ago, it's like you can walk it in about 5 or 10 minutes, but it took my wife an hour to drive to school and back 2 days ago, or rather 3 days ago.
Wild. Hey, as always, let's get started on Breakfast Extra. My co-host, Mizuno Appeal, joins me. We are going to go in depth just for you as we wait for the exit polls from the Lagos local government elections start to trickle in. Once again, welcome onto the program.